Hello everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft, where we have an excellent pack to start. We got some Power, a card that is in the original Power 9, and equally, if not more strong than every single Mox. Slight exaggeration there, but very slight. This card is just phenomenal, one of the best cards in the format. I would take this Pick 1 Pack 1 over Mox Emerald. Gaia's Cradle, Animate Dead, Creeping Tar Pit, Stoneforge Mystic, all reasonable cards as well, and Dark Confidant, maybe Taiga. But yeah, this is just great. I already love Blue Eye Control, so I'm biased to like this card even more, and then it's just that good. It's card advantage, it's tempo advantage, you get the end of the battlefield effect, it exiles it permanently so they can't get it back in any way. Just a phenomenal card. Obviously at its best in Blue Eye Control. It's also good with decks that can flash it back. It's good with Snapcaster Mage, stuff like that. Alright, well, we got past an on-card Mox. That is excellent. This pack is pretty good all around. Baleful Strix, Nahiri would both be good for us as well. Maybe Resto. And then Natural Order is good. Gaia's Cradle into Natural Order will make some green drafter very happy, but we'll take the on-color Mox very happily. Oh my gosh. This is like the legendary start that I always dream of. Just the perfect blue-white start. This pack is great for blue-white too. Solitude, Mystic Confluence, both amazing, but I mean, yeah, this is, you can't ask for much better than this. There's quite a big drop-off here. Omnath is interesting. That could be fun. We could also take Everflowing Chalice, could take a land, could take Tireless Tracker if we think we're going the Omnath direction. Could also take Unholy Heat if we want to do Jeskai. I don't think this is going to be an amazing Everflowing Chalice deck. It could be. I guess it could be. Like, if we get Jace the Mind Sculptor, playing that on turn 3 is good. Don't like Earhulk that much. I think I would take Sundown Pass before the Unholy Heat. I think it's Unholy. Let's take the Sundown Pass here. Everflowing Chalice is fine. Maybe we'll wish we had taken the Chalice, but I think I like taking the Fixing here, and then maybe we can wheel Nahiri and Omnath and go in that direction. Now we get Swords to Plowshares. Karn and Consecrated Sphinx are both great too, but I'm not going to pass the Swords here. This is excellent. And Gideon. Wow. Yeah, this is another really good pickup for us. So it looks like blue is not that open. No surprise there, but white is quite open, and we, oh my gosh. Well, I say blue's not that open. Then we get Preordain and Colonnade and Control Magic. Wow. I think we take the Colonnade here. Yeah, I do love Preordain, but Colonnade is excellent. I'll take that. It also helps us to solidify ourselves as the blue-white drafter. Taking this Colonnade increases the chances slightly of us getting a late Hallowed Fountain or something like that. This is an absolutely phenomenal start. Arid Mesa, great pickup also. Disenchant's a good sideboard, or actually probably a good main deck card usually, but I think I'd rather take the Mesa. This is a very good fetch land. If we can find a blue-white land, then it's great. And even if we don't find a blue-white land, it can add red and give us value with Delve. Now we get a pretty awkward pack. I think we take Dark Confidant. Normally I take the Fixing before the spell, but Dark Confidant is so good. That's like one of the best reasons to be playing black. So we'll take that, and then we'll see if we get something that we can fetch with Arid Mesa. Maybe that'll end up working out. We'll see about the Sundown Pass. If Nahiri doesn't wheel, we're almost definitely not playing it. But if Nahiri does come around, I think Jeskai Super Friends is a sweet deck. And we have the Arid Mesa as well, so we have decent fixing for it. In addition to Nahiri, red would give us access to Expressive Iteration, Dak Faden, all the burn spells, some solid options. Wear Terror would be an upgrade over Disenchant that we just passed. Nice, Nahiri does come around, okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Resto is fine, but let's go with the Nahiri. I think Omnath was in this pack, and Omnath didn't come around. That's a little unfortunate. I think we still take the Garruk, though. We're not really playing Flame Spill. Maybe Omnath was in the next pack, and I'm remembering it wrong. I think it was in this one. But yeah, Flame Spill is not very good. Southern Trade isn't that good. We'll speculate on the Garruk. Okay, Den of the Bugbear, pretty good pickup. Stirring Wildwood, so we can play Omnath without Omnath, or we could just take the Soulfire Grandmaster. I guess we do have Garrick, though. But yeah, let's take the Soulfire. Crucible of Worlds, okay. Yeah, I'll take the Crucible. Last bit Cave of the Frost Dragon is actually a great wheel. So we have 3 man lands right now. Yeah, this is a very, very good pack 1. 5 good lands, 3 good Planeswalkers, 2 pieces of power, one of the best interactive spells ever printed. We're a bit light on card draw. That's our one weakness, so Big Teferi would be great, Jace would be great, any sort of turbo card draw type stuff. Like Fact or Fiction, that's pretty excellent as well. Ren and 6 would be good if we could cast it. Firebolt's fine. Thieving Skydiver's pretty good. But yeah, let's take the Fact or Fiction. If Nahiri's our only red card, I wouldn't splash just for that. But hopefully we can get a few more. There's Deceiver Exarch. I don't think we're doing that, though. But there's not really much good for Jeskai Control. Actually, wait, no, we can just take a Board Sweeper. Yeah, I'll take that. That seems very good for us. Really not passing much of anything. We can't cast the normal version of this card, but we can overload it for 4 mana. I would love some Signets. Okay, there's a Signet that's not very good for us. There's also Mana Tithe, Frantic Search. Temple Garden could help us with this Garrick. I really wish we got the Omnath on the wheel. Let's take the Tide, though. This is a Mana Tithe deck for sure. Very good, cheap interaction. Now we get not much. This pack is pretty bad for us. Upheaval is not really where we're going. Sun Titan, we have mostly 4s, not 3s. Night's Whisper is good, but we can't really cast it. Not a Koth deck, probably. I guess we just take Grim Monolith here. Yeah, this card's fine. It's not particularly good with 4 mana Planeswalkers, but it is very good if we get a few more expensive cards. Now we get Ancestral Vision versus Deserted Beach. I kind of want to take the Vision here. Yeah, we need some card draw. Let's take this card. Deserted Beach is good. If that was a Hallowed Fountain, I would take it, but it's definitely not a Hallowed Fountain, and I think this is fine. Oh my gosh, this pack is so good for us. How do we decide? Windswept Heath, Mana Leak, Elspeth, Dig Through Time, even Inspiring Vantage. I think we got to take the Leak, though. Mana Leak is just phenomenal. Yeah, I'll go with that, and then maybe Wheel Elspeth. All right, Wrath of God, really good pickup. Now we have 2 Board Sweepers, which I like to have in these sorts of decks. We'll take that. Now we could take Seasoned Pyromancer, but I don't think we're a double red deck. Threadbane Inspector's fine, but I think I like taking the Needle Spires here. Yeah, let's go with that. We have 4 man lands now. That is awesome. Okay, Thieving Skydiver versus Firebolt. That's a close pick. We have no burn right now. But red is a bit of a splash. We have a couple Board Sweepers. I think we take the Skydiver here. I think we're better against decks that play small creatures with our double Board Sweeper than we are against decks that have a bunch of broken artifacts. Whoa, Nissa should never go this late. 3 lands that don't help us. We could take Razorverge Thicket in case we want to go for the green splash. Or we could take Goldspan Dragon. I don't think Goldspan's very good, though, so let's take this, and then if we get Oko, we can splash Garrick and Oko. Alright, Green Splash is live. Our fixing for blue is quite bad, though, actually. We need to work on that. This is not playable for us. We'll take Koth for the board. Alright, Trigon Predator. Alright, this deck has a lot of good pieces, but we do need a bit of help in the third pack. Nice, these both come around. They're both quite good. I think we take the Elspeth, though, because we are actually a bit light on spells. Yeah, let's take this card. Last pick, Niv, okay. So, looking for some mana fixing that helps with the blue. Looking for some signets, because we have a lot of 4s. Looking for more counter magic always, and more cantrips always. Those are the main priorities here. Well, that's a Black Lotus. We have a lot of good 4s to play on. Well, I guess Wraths aren't good on turn 1, but we have 3 Planeswalkers that are all good to drop on turn 1. Yeah, I mean, easy Lotus. No other cards here in this pack are even good for us. We could maybe play Expansion Explosion if that wheels, but we'll take the Lotus. Now we get Shark Typhoon and Portend. We should probably take the Portend. Oust is also fine. But yeah, I think we want the consistency here. I wouldn't mind 1 or 2 more pieces of top end also. Consecrated Sphinx is gone, but like Elspeth Sun's Champion would be good, something along those lines. And Teferi would, of course, be amazing. That would be one of the best cards we could get. Especially with Monolith and Lotus. Not the best pack for us here. Wall of Omens is a decent blocker, and then we could just take Inferno Titan. Honestly, I think that actually is the pick here. We need a little bit more top end, and this is another thing that's really good with the Monolith and the Lotus. It also gives us something to find with the Nahiri Ultimate. Yeah, I think that's a bit better than Venture or Wall. We're hoping to get Wall on the wheel. Ooh, Lightning Helix. That's a good one. Also Fumigate, Time Warp, and Mold Drifter. Let's actually take the Mold Drifter and then try and wheel the Helix. Yeah, I think that's our plan. I also do love Suspicious Stowaway, but I think Mold Drifter is a bit better for this deck. Counterspell, okay. Oh, also Expressive Iteration. Counterspell versus Expressive Iteration. That is a tough pick. Wormcoil, Brainstorm, and Direfleet Daredevil are all good as well. I do love this card, but I think we just have to take Counterspell here. Yeah, this card is just phenomenal. Sorry, Iteration. That's painful to pass, but I think this is correct. Ooh, well, not complaining about that. We even get 3 other excellent cards in the same pack, maybe even Faith's Fetters. Hopefully we can wheel one of these white cards, but we'll take the Teferi. All right, this deck is coming together very, very well. 2 Board Sweepers, 5 Planeswalkers, some card draw, multiple pieces of mana acceleration. Our fixing is bad. That is one downside of this deck. Marsh Flats or Thirst for Discovery. Marsh Flats doesn't help us at this point. I mean, we're very unlikely to get a land that we can use in our last pack, so I think we just take the Thirst. And now we have good red-white fixing, and then we're just going to need to play a bunch of islands. There's an argument for cutting the red altogether. But we have a lot of red lands that are pretty good. Ooh, Seacombe Coast. Really good late pickup. That helps. Not as much as the Hallowed Fountain would, but still not bad. I think we just take Expansion Explosion here. Not a card I think we're going to be playing in the main deck, but a good sideboard option. Oust. That's a really good late pickup. Definitely playing that one. So now we have 2 cheap spot removal spells and 2 board sweepers. I think that's good interaction for creatures. We could play this in 17 lands. Then our mana fixing would be quite bad, though. I think we're just playing 1 mountain in this deck. Wall of Omens, another good one. What are we cutting? Maybe we cut the second board sweeper. Yeah, let's cut the second board sweeper. Ooh, a third board sweeper or a Helix. Let's take this third board sweeper, actually. That's pretty sweet. Now we're just going to dominate creature decks. Maybe we do just cut the red from the main deck and just play the blue-white control to start. I do like the red gives us multiple man lands, though. Mentor is decent. Good sideboard card. Grim Monolith is also maybe cuttable. Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Great late pickup. So I guess we just cut all of these cards if we're not playing red. And then we have room for one more card, which could be Mentor. Yeah, Mentor seems good here. It's better when we have the cheap mana accelerants. Yeah, this seems like a great build. So we run blue-white control like this. We can bring in a third board sweeper against aggro. We can bring in red if we have dead cards. We can bring in this against counterspell decks. We have 2 cheap counterspells, and plus mana tide, so I guess sort of 3. Yeah, I think this deck seems really good. The fixing is the greatest weakness. I wish we had good fixing to be able to play the red cards, but that's fine. Let's see if we do it like this. Even it out a bit. This gives us 9 blue sources and 11 white. Honestly, let's do this. 10 white sources, 10 blue sources. Let's see, how skewed are we? We're not even that skewed. We're pretty even. So yeah, I think this seems like a good way to run it. We want to be able to have blue on turn 1 for Ancestral Vision as consistently as possible. This deck is just incredible. See you in round 1. Alright, we have our round 1 opponent with our busted blue-white control deck. We are on the draw, unfortunately, but with a playable hand. It's not broken, but it has a good curve, good mana. Man land for some late game value. I think this is a keep. We don't have great ways to interact with the board, so if they play something hyper-aggressive, that could be bad. But against anything on the slower side, Fractured Identity will just win. Playing against green. All right, that's a great matchup for us, probably. Colonnade's a great draw. We do want to find one of our 2 board sweepers, and then we can bring in the third post board. Ooh, well, we might just get steamrolled by Raphaelos here on the draw. If we were on the play, we could have bounced this. Mentor is one of the worst draws in the deck. Key turn here. If they play Primeval Titan or something, we just die. If they don't have anything big this turn, we can play Teferi. We're in good shape. Fallen Shinobi Hardcast, okay. So I think we just want to bounce that with Teferi. If they draw Black Source, they can still hit us with Shinobi, but I think that's fine. Ooh. Mox Pearl is an interesting draw. We could just go Mentor into Mox Pearl, Portent next turn, make 2 monks. Or we could play Fractured Identity. Oh, they did hit the land. That sucks. So let's block the wall, because we would rather Raphaelos be in their hand. Then they do get us with the ninjutsu. But it's not that bad. We have Fractured Identity, so if they hit anything like Teferi, we can just get our Teferi back. Elspeth Conqueror's Death is annoying. Do we want to Fractured Identity there, Elspeth Conqueror's Death? Probably. The sad thing is that we might not be able to get value off the 3rd chapter, but we can play Fact or Fiction and potentially put something into the graveyard. I think that's worth it. And it's also good to get rid of the Fallen Shinobi, of course. That card is pretty scary. They're holding Raphaelos and 2 unknowns. Reclamation save kill Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Okay, fair enough. We're looking for lands. Wrath of God, interesting draw. I'm going to get a little greedy and play main phase Fact or Fiction here. Actually, no, that's just, there's no way. Well, yeah, I'm going to do it. This is greedy. I know it's greedy, but I really want to hit a land drop. Oh, well. This is going to be tough for the opponent to come back, I think. We only hit one land in all of that, so we're going to have to discard 2 cards to hand size, but you got to like this position. Let's discard Portend, Oust. The next turn we play Elspeth hold up counterspell, and the turn after we're going to go for the Wrath, probably. Remand. Alright, let's just let this resolve and pass. We are at 12, but we can gain some life with a Fumigate. They draw land, they have 1 card in hand. We take 2 again. Now they have no more attacks. And we have Counterspell plus Mana Leak if we somehow need that. We should try and close the corner so that they can't top deck Emrakul the Promised End and get back into the game that way. Ashiok, that is not a card we can allow to resolve. Alright, let's play Muldrifter. Swords of Plowshares, good draw. We're going to plus and pass. So I guess our hope is to make it to Elspeth Ultimate, and then Ultimate sweep their board and start attacking with our creatures. Nissa who shakes the world. Okay, that's a little bit of a problem. We do have some man lands to attack it. They don't have any attacks, really. I guess they can attack with Exalted with the land and we'll chump block. Then we can hit the Nissa down to 1 by giving a creature flying. Alright, let's just kill the Colonnade with the Colonnade. Alright, let's just go for the Colonnade kill, I think. Animate. Give the Colonnade plus 3 power. And attack the Nissa. Alright, they make this attack again. We'll chump block with a 1-1 again. We're getting very close to Elspeth Ultimate. Ophiomancer, sure. We'll pass, leaving up some manland activations, and then they need to make a big attack this turn. I guess maybe we're supposed to just sweep the board there, because now if they draw Craterhoof Behemoth, we actually do lose. Yeah, we probably should have just swept the board last turn. Their deck looks interesting. And they have some really powerful cards. Remand, Ashiok, Nissa, Raphellos, Hierarch, all really good. Acidic Slime, okay. That can kill our Colonnade. We still have 4 blockers, though. Alright, they sent everything at Elspeth. Let's animate this. Let me block here. Block here. Eat this. Block here, take 1. Tap land. Now we're not afraid of colonnade or of a crater hoof anymore, so we're gonna wait one more turn. Pass back. There's no real losing line. Like, we could have played Wrath a long time ago and also won. I guess we do have 11 cards, so that's something we need to be aware of. But we have Gideon in the deck. We have more win conditions. Crater of Behemoth. Whoopsies. Mana Tithe. Hilarious. Alright, so we take down Sultai Ramp in game 1. Should be a almost unlosable matchup unless they stick a quick Ashiok. We want a board sweeper. We don't really have any good answers to Ashiok. I mean, well, actually we have some. We have Fractured Identity and Elspeth Conquers Death. I think I like having all 3 Wraths. Mentors, maybe not necessary. Actually, no, I do want to have some win conditions. We could cut Thieving Skydiver. Yeah, let's run like this. There's also an argument for cutting 1 island for 1 plains. Ugh, good spells, but can't keep this 1-lander. This we can keep. I think I'm actually just going to put back the Mentor, too. That's like a late game card. We were interested in just like spending the early turns just controlling their board. Okay, Birds of Paradise. Do we want to oust this? I will oust. Okay, especially having drawn that, I'm going to oust this. We can still kill it in a couple turns with the Wrath, and I really don't want them to play turn 2 Ashiok. No play, alright. Second Board Sweeper is a good draw. So we're just going to hold this Mana Leak for Planeswalkers and kill any creatures they have with our sweepers. They could have Fallen Shinobi here, which would be annoying. But we can counter the whatever spells they hit off of us and then sweep the board. And they might not have the Shinobi. They're drawing Birds of Paradise this turn. Gaia's Cradle, that's a bit scary. There's the bird. They should have played the forest first. Or sorry, they should have tapped the forest for the birds. Ashiok, definitely countering that. And then let's just sweep their board. Actually, do we even want to sweep the board, or would we rather play Gideon first? I think we just... no, actually with the Gaia's Cradle, we should sweep their board. They have 2 cards. Yeah, that's definitely the play. I guess we play around Daze. I don't think they are Daze deck at all, but there's no reason not to. I guess the only reason not to is they could play Reclamation Sage and kill this Mox now, but I don't really care about that. Ashiok gone, the only scary card we know of left is Nissa. They don't have a land. Okay, pretty good draw. I guess we just didn't play around Daze, but that's fine. Make a dude and pass. And this is a quick clock. This will kill them in just a few swings. Counterspell, alright. That should solidify it. Swing for 7. I think we will counter this because it also denies them mana. And if we draw land ever, then we can just animate Colonnade. Okay, yeah, now they're just dead next turn. Swing for 11. This is our best possible matchup. We just destroy creature decks like green decks. So, good start. We are 1-0. I'll see you in round 2. Alright, we have our round 2 opponent with our broken blue-eye control deck. Hopefully we get a Black Lotus draw this game. Turn 1, Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. A very fair hand, but not a hand we can ship. Turn 2, Wall. We have both of our colors. We don't have double white for the Gideon yet, but we have Fractured Identity. Okay, Sensei's Divining Top is fine. Close call between playing the Wall on turn 2 and holding up Mana Leak. It depends on what they do here. Grim Monolith. Okay, definitely need to hold up Mana Leak now. Drawing land there's good. We can hold up Leak this turn. They probably won't play anything into our open mana. Then we play Colonnade, hold up Leak again, and then we can get to Factor Fiction. They also might just jam some 6-drop here, and then if we get to mana leak that's great news. Let me make sure that the audio is working, right? Yeah, okay, good. Alright, this looks like a mana leak target. They're playing around Daze. Yeah, definitely don't want to let this resolve. We could Fractured Identity it, but they still get some good value. So that works. They're down to 3 cards, and they're down to 3 mana. And we draw maybe the best draw in our deck. Let's just play Teferian Plus. Definitely not bouncing the Monolith or the Sensei's Dividing Top. We might minus Teferi just to draw a card next turn if we don't draw a land. They're spinning their top, sure. This deck is so good. The mana's a bit dicey, but other than that, it's very good. We have 2 dual lands. So we have no play this turn, no Force of Will or anything, but they don't have that much mana. I guess if they played Ashiok, it could be a little bit of a problem, but then we still have the Fractured Identity coming up. Thirst for Discovery main phase. That's pretty slow. If we don't draw an untapped white source, then I think we can just go Wall of Omens, bounce the wall. Get some nice card advantage going that way. Ha! They can't even discard 1 basic land. That's brutal. Mana Crypt, that's scary. They just play the Mana Crypt and pass. That is bizarre. Okay, we can play Factor Fiction. That's probably better than playing the wall. Yeah, let's just do that. They get to spend their top. I guess that's their plan. They're willing to take 1.5 damage to spin the top here. Fair enough. They have some broken mana. I mean, Mana Crypt plus Grim Monolith can enable some pretty busted things. Their deck looks pretty similar to ours, but so far, at least this game, our draw is lining up much better. They do win their flip, though, so maybe that's the start of their tides turning. That's annoying. Let's play this now so they can't Spell Pierce it. Very good cards. Teferi is the one we want the most. Okay, and I will take this pile here. We have more gas. This is fine. Preordain, okay. So we can play Gideon and make a dude. I don't think we need to Fracture Identity the Vraska here. We could do that and then take out their Mana Crypt, but I'd rather just save this for an actual piece of top end and then use the Gideon to try and pressure the Vraska. Ooh, if they have Thoughtseize for... Oh, they don't have Thoughtseize. Alright. Counterspell, very good draw. So let's go Lotus, Mox. We can play Gideon and Wall and hold up Counterspell. So let's crack this for white. Play Wall just in case we draw something that changes things. Tithe is interesting. I guess we do hold up Mana Tithe, so we can go Island, Gideon, and then pass holding up Counterspell and Mana Tithe. This does mean we can't use the Colonnade next turn, but I think that's fine. Look at our graveyard. It's so good. All these cards are amazing. They win the flip again, so Mana Crypt is really helping them out here. But I think this is still, I mean, not unlosable, but it would require us to just draw like 6 lands in a row for us to lose this game, I think. They sack their Monolith. That makes sense. 7 mana. Vindicate, yeah, that's definitely something we want to counter. If they have a 4-drop, we can Mana Tithe it. And then on our turn, we can plus the Gideon and kill the Vraska, hit them for 2, and then we'll get the Colonnade down, and we'll be in really good shape. If they spin the top, we can Mana Tithe the 3-drop now. So if they play like Ashiok or something, we can deal with it. Or Oko. Alright, they just pass. Looking pretty good for us. Fumigate's not the draw we wanted, though. So let's plus here. Swing at them for 2, and the Gideon at them, or at their Vraska. Boom, boom. Then get the Colonnade down and pass, and they're on a 2-turn clock. We can swing for 11 damage next turn. They finally lose a Mana Crypt flip. Consecrate Sphinx is a good one. They do get to draw 2 cards off of it, but then we can play the Fractured and steal it. That's a good one, too. We don't have quite enough mana to do everything we want, unfortunately. But still very good position. Take this out. Then bash for 7 and pass. So we're playing against 4-color mid-range. Should be a good matchup. They're just doing the same thing we're doing, but probably not quite as well. Partially because maybe our good deck building, and then also partially just because we have more power. Although Mana Crypt has power too. I don't think we need to make any sideboard changes for this matchup. We could bring in a Grim Monolith of our own, but it's not great in our deck. And Nahiri seems fine, but not necessary. Alright, they concede. Pretty good. So I think we just want to run it back. Yeah, let's do that. I guess, do we want to cut a board sweeper? No, I think 2 is still fine. Yeah, let's just run it. Actually, maybe we do cut 1 board sweeper for this. But without red mana, it does become worse. No, let's still just play 2 board sweepers. If we had the red mana for Explosion, I would play the Expansion Explosion, but just being able to cast the Expansion half is pretty bad. We can copy our own Ancestral Vision, or our own Factor Fiction if we have a ton of mana, but those are our only real good lines with that. We could play Soulfire Grandmaster, but that doesn't seem great. And they're playing green, so they're pretty likely to have some creatures. Alright, on the draw here for game 2. We still haven't had a single hand with power in the opener, but this is a keep. We have the right colors of mana. We have some card draw. Hopefully we can find some action off of that. Synthe's top. Oh, Mana Vault. Jeez, they have a lot of broken mana stuff. We draw Teferi, which is a good one, but they could just play a 5-drop here and sort of steamroll us. If they just hardcast Muldrifter, that's fine. They get some value, sure, but then the Mana Vault's gone, and they're up cards, and that's not the end of the world. Demonic Tutor. Okay, that's scary. They're probably, yeah, we might just die to Mind Twist here. Hopefully we draw a counterspell. Bummer. Alright, we could bluff a counterspell, but I'm just going to play the wall. I don't think we're, like, it's not like we have a hand that just dominates in the draw-go game either. We don't have counter magic. We don't have instant speed card draw. So I think we just need to tap out. They might not have Mind Twist. Maybe they just get, like, a Planeswalker here or something. They don't have double blue for Consecrated Sphinx. Okay, him to Torlak our hand is not a problem at all. Lotus. Okay, let's go Plains, play Lotus, play around Mana Leak. And then Teferi bounce our wall. Okay, yeah, this is why we took this line. So let's crack this for white. Actually, I guess we should. I was thinking we could replay the wall. Well, yeah, I was thinking we could replay the wall, but we can actually only do that if we draw Mox Pearl, which means we should have floated blue in case we draw Ancestral Vision. We don't, so we'll pass. Not the sexiest use of a Black Lotus, just paying for a Spell Pierce, but I think it is a good one here. Teferi instantly drew us 2 cards and is still on the board, shutting down some of their stuff. Tidehollow Sculler, that's fine. Well, they could maybe, if they take our wall, they could kill our Teferi, but that's not the end of the world. They're down to 3 cards. They only have 3 lands. They do take the wall. I think we'll hold up Counterspell. Well, let's see. This is close. I do like the idea of hardcasting Muldrifter, but they're not just going to jam into Counterspell. I think I'm just going to evoke the Muldrifter here. Keep the cards flowing. We have enough action in our deck, and we have 2 mana lands, so I think I'm not too worried about just like not having a 2/2 is not going to ruin us here. We draw Fractured Identity, so they can kill our Teferi, but then we're in really good shape. I'm still a bit afraid of Mind Twist, but I think they would have fired it off already. So they probably don't have it. They could have Consecrated Sphinx, and now they finally have their double blue. Vraska, okay, that doesn't really do much. I think we will still Fracture Identity it, though, so we can kill their... Oh, they have minus to kill the Teferi. That's interesting. I think I will play the Fractured here. It's not amazing, but I don't think just playing Draw-Go is great either. And this means we can get our Wall of Omens back and just, like, be ahead on board now. And the next turn we can play Wall and then probably just sack the Wall to the Vraska to draw a second card. Fallen Shinobi Hardcast. Okay, that's not too bad for us. We play the Wall. Oust. Excellent draw. So we'll oust this. Plus sack the Wall. Seagram Coast tapped and pass. And then next turn we can just kill the Mana Vault if we want to, or keep on plussing the Vraska. Killing the Mana Vault would potentially turn on Mana Tithe. They just pass, okay. Alright, I'm just going to sack a land here. Alright, we'll go for this. Animate here. We still have Colonnade available. Or sorry, Counterspell available. They take 4 and we'll pass. Next turn we will kill their Mana Vault. Although, if they tap out for Fallen Shinobi, we could just Mana Tithe the Shinobi. Yeah, that seems pretty good, actually. If they want to tap their Mana Vault for this, that's fine. So we have Elspeth Conquers Death plus, oh yeah, I mean, this is just looking great. We'll sack another land. Yet another land, all right. Elspeth Conquers Death, take out your Shinobi. Pass turn, and in a couple turns we can bring back our Teferi. I don't really see any out for our opponent. We're ahead on mana, ahead on cards in hand, ahead on life. We have two really important permanents on the board. We have Counterspell in hand. There we go. This deck is just cruising. I mean, yeah, this is awesome. I'll see you in the finals. All right, we have our opponent for the finals. We are yet to drop a game with this broken blue-eye control deck, and we're hoping to find Black Lotus in the opener. We have two pieces of power, and we haven't drawn either one in the opening hand. But this game will change that. It does change it, but it's still almost a mulligan. I will keep this hand, but if we don't draw a land, like, we need to draw a land for the Mole Drifter. I do still think it's a keep with, we have 3 interactive spells we can cast, and 1 more island gives us counterspell. But if we're playing against control and we don't draw lands, we're going to be in rough shape. Opponent's down to 5. If our top card is a basic land and we can evoke Mole Drifter, I don't really see a way we lose. Against a Mole to 5 with a bunch of good interaction. Steam Vents tapped, pass. Land? Yes. I am going to evoke the Mole Drifter here. We could get blown out if they go like land, Dax, Steal Our Mox or something, but I really want to continue hitting land drops. Okay, no lands there. But this is a key turn. If they don't do something backbreaking this turn, we can hold up our counter spells for a while and we should be very ahead. Nice, they pass. We want to draw a land, of course, but even if we don't, we're fine. Yeah, we can just pass and hold up counters. This looks like Expressive Iteration, which is definitely a card we will mana leak. Now, if we draw White Source, I will slam Gideon. Otherwise, we can pass back with Counterspell available. If we draw Blue Source, do we play Thieving Skydiver? I think so. Okay, nice. We do draw the White Source, so let's just get our threat down. This pressures any Planeswalker they could have. They don't have Fractured Identity mana. So I don't think there's anything that really punishes us for this. The worst case scenario is they just go like land, Hero's Downfall, kill Gideon, but then we have a 2/2 and we can hold up Counterspell. Lotus, interesting. Let's attack. I guess Lotus is actually a pretty bad draw. I would rather that just be a normal land. Do we want to play Thieving Skydiver as a 2/1? I don't think so. Let's just pass. They're on a 2-turn clock either way. I do think it is worth counterspelling this. They just pass again. All right, well, we're out of counter magic. But we still have we have good removal for any spells any creatures that they play. Teferi, excellent draw. Let's play Black Lotus and then play Teferi. All right. We'll plus here. Swing for 7. And then do we want to minus Teferi or just plus? Probably just plus. And I don't think I want to play Thieving Skydiver here. So yeah, we'll just do this and pass. They could have Through the Breach. That's one possible out. Through the Breach, Blightsteel, but we have the Swords of Plowshares. They play Lotus Petal. Okay, they might be playing combo. In which case, these 3 removal spells in our hand are not looking great. If they are playing a deck where all the removal spells are bad, we probably do need to bring in red. Cabal Ritual. All right, they are storming. They need to get pretty lucky to be able to win with just Yawgmoth's Will and Cabal Ritual here. They also should have cracked their Lotus Petal first. Honestly, it's probably impossible. Unless they hit Black Lotus off this expressive iteration. Storm is a pretty bad matchup for us. We don't have that much counter magic, and we do have excellent creature removal. So our greatest strength outside of our power is not being, like the Black Lotus Mox Pearl power, is not being used here effectively. Ancestral Recall, I mean, fair enough, but they have 1 mana, and Storm Count's still only 5, so even Black Lotus Tendrils wouldn't do it. Alright, Crow Mox, I mean, they're keeping it alive. They can flashback Cabal Ritual to make an extra black mana. They pitch Yawgmoth's Bargain. Wow. Ambitious card to be playing. 2 cards in hand. Brainstorm, alright. Storm count 7. And you have 1 mana, and you can't play Cabal Ritual anymore. Are there any 2 possible cards they could have here? I don't think so. Like, Lotus Tendrils would put us down to 2, but then they don't have a way to win. I guess actually they had Lotus, Cabal Ritual, Tendrils. That could be exactly lethal. But they didn't have that, so you take down Storm in game 1. They could be playing Empty the Warrens, but I'm not going to assume that. We definitely want to cut all those. Swords Plowshares still could be okay. So, Soulfire Grandmaster seems fine. Expansion Explosion is actively good. Then we could bring in Selfless Spirit, just have a clock, or just have 1 more land. I honestly think I wanted to bring in land here. I don't think Selfless Spirit is very good. Wall of Omens is not good either. The blocking is irrelevant, but it's good with the fairy, and it does draw us a card, which helps us. Yeah, I'll just leave it like this and bring in 1 more land. 1 island, because we care much more about our blue spells, and then we just brought in Expansion Explosion. And we'll run it like this. This is a ton of mana sources, so we might flood a bit, but I think it's better to have extra mana sources than a random Wrath of God that is unlikely to do anything. Okay, solid hand. Elspeth Conquers Death. Honestly, a lot of our best cards are pretty weak in the matchup. Elspeth Conquers Death, Fractured Identity, but this is a keep. Hopefully we can find one of our white planeswalkers quickly. Ooh, that is a turn 2 Teferi. Let's portend them, I think. Yeah, I'm actually going to portend them because I really don't want to let them hit a counterspell if they have a counterspell in the top 3. A bunch of card draw. I think these cards are better than average. I think I am going to shuffle these. I don't mind drawing a land there. Really, really hoping that they just tap out for Signet or something, and then we can play Teferi next turn. Chromos, okay. Pitching a ritual. Do they play expressive iteration? Of course, we did just okay. Yeah, we shuffled the iteration into their deck, but there is a bug on Magic Online. They often draw the card that you did just shuffle away, but they play Metamorphose. Do they have another play? If they don't have another play, I'm just gonna play Teferi and tuck it and tuck the Chrome Mox. Attack their mana that way. All right. Lotus. Bye-bye, Chrome Mox. Then if they burn this, that's still a 3-for-1 because Chrome Mox was already 2-for-1. And if we get to untap with this, then it's just over. Actually, I shouldn't say it's just over. Storm can win through situations like this, but we're going to be very, very ahead. All right, nice. Teferi, good draw. The Teferi brothers putting in work since, I don't know when Teferi Time Traveler came out, but for a while they've been very, very good. On their own and especially together. We do want to draw another land, but we get a lot of looks between potentially Muldrifter, Wall of Omens, Teferi Plus, Teferi Minus. We also want to find counter magic, lands, and some form of a clock. Cabal Ritual. 5 mana. Memory Jar. Okay. We have also the Conqueror's Death for that, but we can't do that this turn. So let's go plus. There's our land. Let's minus this to bounce the Memory Jar. If they crack it in response, that's totally fine. Okay. So now we get to play one of these lands, spend Ancestral. We have Fact or Fiction in our original hand, which we want to cast this turn, I think. So we get to spend Ancestral for free, play Mox, put a land into play, and then pass. We plus this to Teferi so we can just get this land and play tapped. And yeah, I mean, we got 3 cards out of this Memory Jar. They get the benefit of putting 7 cards into their graveyard, which could fill their graveyard for Yawgmoth's Will. It's also good. Oh, Yawgmoth's Will went to their graveyard. Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. I guess they have, okay, Pass in Flames. Fair enough. So they do get some value out of it. We have Counterspell available. Still no real clock though. Five and play 2 cards. Turnabout, untap all their lands. Okay, I think we let this resolve. That doesn't even do that much. They have 6 mana now. They can play Yawgmoth's Bargain, and then we just counterspell it. And they concede. We also have answers to it in our hand, but I don't want to let them draw like 10 cards off of this when it does hit the battlefield. We're out of counter magic, though. All our counters are in our graveyard. That's bad. We just draw lands, okay. Hardcast Muldrifter. Digging for Gideon. No Gideon, but we do at least draw a spell we can cast. I think we do copy this. Yeah, let's copy this. So we could draw Gideon or something else if there's something else better. Let's see, Mentor is a quick clock. But I think I'd rather just take the Gideon here. And then we'll see what they get off this Vampiric Tutor. They can't get Yawgmoth's Will. They can't get Past in Flames. They could potentially get, like, Regrowth, but they don't have green mana. Yeah, I don't know. This seems tough for them to pull off. So we'll plus again. Plus this as well. Play Gideon. Make a dude. Play Soulfire Grandmaster just to speed up our clock a bit. Land and swing for 2. Shields are sort of down, but we have a lot of pressure. If they play permanent, we have Elspeth Conqueror's Death to deal with it. They only have 5 mana. Our library is pretty small, so they don't need that big of a Brain Freeze to kill us. That's something to be aware of. But how fast do we kill them? 6, 11... We can actually... Oh, no, we can put them to 1 on board. Ancestral Recall. Okay, fair enough. So they're getting to the point where they can flashback Past in Flames and actually get some value off of it. Which is definitely a bit scary. Heartbeat of Spring. Oh, geez. Well, actually, no. We can deal with that. And Turnabout's already gone. Yeah, this seems fine. We can just tuck this with Teferi. I'm actually not casting this, I think. Oh, wait, no. I think we actually have to cast it, which is bad. I don't want to cast it. Oh, nice. It's not this turn. Okay, let's play... Land. I think I'm just going to... Actually, no, we should attack with the Colonnade. Putting them to 1 has some value. So we'll go tuck your Heartbeat, plus this, animate Colonnade, attack with everything. They're at 1, we're at 20, we'll pass. And they need to win this turn. They have 1 card in hand. Hopefully they don't have a Brain Freeze. If they go land, they can play 5 to flashback Past in Flames. Okay, Lotus Petal, that works too. If their last card is also land, actually, we could lose. In terms of rituals, they don't have that much in the graveyard. And they're going to be limited in which lands they have left over. Five mana. This looks like Past in Flames. But it doesn't quite get there. It looks like they have a decent Storm deck, but a good Storm deck still loses to a deck that has a few counters and any semblance of pressure. Unless it's like a truly broken turn 1 Storm deck. Dark Petition. Okay. They can get whatever card they want. They have 5 mana. That's the first... Oh, no, Storm count is 2. So, Brain Freeze doesn't kill us quite, although it's distressingly close. If they go Cantrip into Brain Freeze, that does kill us. Three black mana. What you got? Brainstorm. That... Okay, I guess they're just trying to go Brainstorm into... Yeah, fair enough. Brainstorm into Brain Freeze wins. So, there's 15... No, there was 16 cards in their library. They get to look at 3, and they hope that there's a brain freeze. And there's not, so we win. Wow, what a deck. What an absolute beastly deck. We didn't lose a single game. Let's pull up the deck list. So yeah, just a clean 6-0 sweep for trophy number 32, putting us second on the leaderboard. And I'm not at all surprised this deck trophied. It was probably the best deck I've drafted this cube season. Very, very good all around. We had 2 pieces of power. We had 2 man lands. We had both the fairies, Gideon, Elspeth, 2 board sweepers with a 3rd on the board, Fractured Identity, a couple counter spells, a couple 1-mana removal spells. Just a really, really broken deck. The only thing we could improve, so the mana base would be good if we could improve that. Definitely having a Hallowed Fountain, maybe a fetch land, that would improve this deck. Same with value lands like Karakas and Sheldock. That's one main area to improve it. And then the other thing is more counter magic. Maybe Force of Will, maybe Force of Negation, maybe just Remand. Certainly Mana Drain. We were a bit light on counter magic, and that was scary against Storm. But this deck was just amazing. Absolutely crushes creature decks. Pretty good matchup against combo decks. Absolutely crushes control decks. Just a really, really powerful deck all around. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.